Good afternoon. This is Mike Hogan from Jeffersonville, Indiana, bringing you your midday grain comments for Tuesday, May 17th, 2016. Looking at the board of trade here, we're showing corn up 2 to 3 pennies, beans up 13 to 15 cents, and wheat is showing 7 cents higher as well. So a decent update today. It looks like we're going to close fairly close to our highs for the day today. Probably the big headline news is that crude is around the $50 mark. I think that's been causing the funds in some of the black boxes to continue to modestly buy in some of the ags, as well as some of the other outside commodity markets that we look at. The dollar is also modestly lower, probably supporting that trade thought for the time being. Planting pace is probably the one thing that we're looking at pretty heavily here. We are showing ourselves still ahead of the 5-year pace on corn. Guessing by next week we'll actually fall behind that. We do have a few waves of rain coming through the southern and eastern Midwest, with Indiana and Ohio being significantly behind their 5-year averages. Looks like those two states will continue to stay soggy, at least according to the forecast. That's I think where we can make up some ground and possibly get ahead, but not if the rain is coming. So it looks like we'll probably have next week starting to fall behind pace on the corn and bean planting progress. So that is something to note. As we turn our attention to the charts here, looks like the flag position happening in the soybean markets is coming to fruition. The 4-day slide that we have saw has come to an end here today. Looks like we're re-challenging the highs that were made shortly after the USDA report the first part of May here. On July corn, we're fording with the $4 mark again. Actual resistance is around the 407 number. I think if beans can play around their top or maybe break through it, you'll certainly see 407 challenge, maybe even in the 415 range on corn. Wheat as well has a positive chart formation. Looks like a double bottom in place. It's fording with its 50% retracement so far today. So again, we'll see where we close up today, and maybe the first bit of trade tomorrow could really set the tone from a chart perspective in here. Again, the fundamental story is probably the same, with South America still in a bit of trouble, although I think maybe the worst is behind us from an Argentinian perspective. Still struggling with some of that safrinha corn, even though we've caught some recent rains around there. There's still a good chunk of that has been still fairly dry. So I don't know that any of that's changed. It looks like the U.S. planting pace is probably going to become a little bit slower here as the weeks evolve, as the rain continues to be in the forecast there. So otherwise, I think we're going to probably close right about where we're at right now here today. As always, the opinions expressed here are my own and not those of CGB Enterprises or any of its affiliated companies. Thanks. Have a great day.